Second, at go start.
Hello, everyone. I'm back as your Sergeant at Arms, Priyanka Mishra. Do you know today you all are here to make a history? Yes, you heard me right. You're making a history to attend the first meeting of 2026 of Point Toastmaster with meeting number 445. Plus. Here, why have we gathered here? We are here to provide supportive and positive learning experience where members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence like me and personal growth, which we see each and every day in Toastmasters. I am with few ground rules which you have to follow throughout the meetings. I request everyone to silent or switch off the noise making devices because so that you won't be disturbed and you won't disturb others while speaking or while others are speaking. And talking about speakers, let's not disturb speakers by sending chat messages along when they're speaking on the stage. If you really want to share something, you can do that when there is a pause. That means when the speaker has stopped speaking. Apart from that, there are few other things which you can do to encourage the speakers by using the Zoom emoticons which you have along the lower toolbar in your Zoom. You can share as many whichever emoticons you feel. You share your feelings with that, and along with the small, tiny ground rules, I'd like to call somebody whom we can learn about responsibility. Yes, you heard me right. The person who did not aim only handling his professional work by going to different cities, he's handling all the way from Alva. He's the president of our club. Plus, he's not letting us down. He's motivating each and every one of us. Even in the last 2 weeks, we are not in the good shape. But this person was there, and has been there, like the foundation of our club, the one and only Toastmaster Anand. Toastmaster Anand, over to you, our presiding officer of the day.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Thank you so much for bringing the energy we needed in turning a new chapter in 2026. And as you are the face of Turning Point Toastmasters today, I am so thrilled and so excited and so grateful that you are the one who is going officially live as the first face of the very first meeting of this club that we have. So thank you so much, Priyanka. Kudos to you. Friends, my name is Anant Katyani. I am the president of the club for the successive second term. We do have our incoming executive committee who has taken the charges. We are re-strengthened by some of the members from the past, like Priyanka being Sergeant at Arms, as well as Dhamdeep and Iti reprising the roles of secretary and VP membership. But we also have some fresh blood kicking in. Our VP Education in absentia, Toastmaster Aina Gupta, who has literally set up this wonderful cohort today. And of course, the man, the myth, and the legend, Toastmaster Rupinder Singh as our incoming VP Public Relations. And of course, our division director himself as the newly appointed treasurer of the club. So we do have a fantastic EC. We are going to rock this season. Talking about season, what do you see in my background? Anybody would like to unmute and comment? What do you see in my background?
Ravli Hill.
Green
Aravali.
grass.
Yeah, grass is greener on my backside.
Sunny day.
Sunny, okay.
Some clouds as well.
So it has grass, it has trees. Okay. In
It's
short,
an open field.
this is actually a representation of what my resolution for this year is. This is not a wish list that I want to visit, which my wife keeps pinching me. Hey, your friends are going to Andaman. And I'm like, half the India is going to Andaman in Christmas. What's the point? So this is my resolution this year, that I'm going to cherish the places that are around me. It's not exactly the place around me. I'm sitting right now at my drawing room at a sofa. It's a virtual background, but this is quite similar to what I have as a scenery at my own farm. So I'm keeping this as a background, and I will be changing a few backgrounds that are quite similar to where I live. I recently released a video as well that was for my NGO, a crowdfunding campaign, and purposefully I shot that video in my own field itself, the sunflower field, the sarson ka khet. And some of you may have seen that video. If not, then I would be happy to circulate that. But the point is, there is a photograph that I will be sharing during this course of meeting. The thumbnail that I created from Canva, another resolution fructified from the past years that I will master Canva one day. So my resolution this year has been about being grateful for the things we have rather than the wishing for the things that are beyond our control. What's your resolution? That's going to be the theme and the discussion point of this meeting. To begin this discussion around, let me invite some of the guests and the first timers or the fresh faces in the meeting present today. Let's begin with Harshit. Harshit, how do you pronounce your surname before I massacre it? You need to unmute, buddy.
It's
Yes, Harshit.
Banskar.
Banskar. So,
Yes.
Harshit, tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did you hear about the club? Are you a Toastmaster somewhere? And if you have any resolution.
Yeah. So it is actually my second session I am attending. So I am from Balaghat, Madhya Pradesh,
Mhm.
and I am a research analyst, specifically into equity research, and yeah, that's it.
So, are you a Toastmaster or are you a guest?
No, no. This is I am a guest, and this is my second session. I really like the last one.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much. How did you hear about our club?
Uh, uh, in my college, we have a Toastmaster, but I didn't join there.
Which one?
So, uh, in Bangalore, I was in IFM Business School,
Okay,
Bangalore.
okay.
So, I was aware about it since then, but never
Your
attended the
present
session.
city being?
Excuse me.
Which city are you currently living these days in?
Yeah, I am living in Balaghat, Madhya Pradesh.
Fantastic. So I think if at all you wish to join and continue your resolution of being a better public speaker this year,
Yeah.
yes, I do hear a parrot as well.
Yes, yes.
So you must be having a parrot. Would you want to show that around during the course of this meeting? If possible, do that.
Yeah.
But I believe this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for you to
Yes.
join this online club and continue improving your public speaking and leadership. So welcome, Harshit. Enjoy
Yeah,
this
thank
meeting
you.
today. Do stay
Yeah.
till the very end.
Yeah.
We also have one more guest who is joining us from somewhere down south compared to Harshit. Siddesh. Siddesh, would you want to quickly share again where you're joining us from? And how did you hear about the club? And do you have any resolution this year?
Yeah, so thank you, Anand. So my name is Siddesh Shirvarkar. So basically, I'm from Mumbai, but currently I'm locating in Gurgaon. So I work as an analyst at Evaluative. And prior actually was a member at Toastmasters, that is Murun Toastmasters Club for over a year. But for after I guess 3 years ago I was a member of it. But due to some job reasons, I actually had to leave that club. So actually, I wanted to again improve my public speaking and communication skills because I thought that certain skills were actually going rusted. So they needed development again. And so I wanted to join a club that's actually which can provide an online platform so that I can manage my job to along with it, and the timings can also be aligned. So actually, I found this club via an Instagram page as I was actually following my previous Toastmasters club start. So maybe because of this algorithm, I was able to find this, and actually I tried to join it. So as per the resolutions, I would like to complete that Toastmasters pathway that I actually had pended when I was in my previous club.
Help us help you with
That's
that,
it.
Siddesh. Toastmasters
sure.
Turning Point is going to make it really, really easy because of the experience, because of the mentoring, and because of the extremely well-established processes that we have. You, both of you, by the way, Harshit and Siddesh, other than this meeting, do go through some of our meetings in the past. All these meetings are live streamed. So anyone who gets to speak in any of these sections, including this informal introduction, all of this will be available at YouTube straight away. So anyone who is going to take part in table topics or prepared speeches, be ready for evaluating or getting evaluated by many other people beyond this meeting as well. This is our gift to you. We have our recurring guests, those who are taking a role today. I will be coming to them a bit later, but we do have someone who is not taking a role, but who keeps joining us out of his passion for public speaking and for the community. Distinguished Toastmaster Sameep Taneja. Sameep, for the benefit of people who are joining us for the first time, they may not be familiar with you. Would you want to give a quick intro about you?
Yeah. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. So Toastmasters, I've been part of this whole club, Toastmasters journeys for over a decade. I joined in Invictus Toastmasters and I left it for some time, and I wanted to join an online club and found my, I think, perfect fit in this club. And I could not join it because I've already joined another club, which meets on Wednesdays. In sh so in To tell you about myself, I am a professional, and in fact, I was working in a consulting company till November. And after that, I thought that was enough for me. Or for me, now I'm going to start something on my own, and I'm exploring that option and have some ideas. So this is a good timing for me for us to meet, and I look forward to this meeting today as well.
Absolutely, Sameep, and we are so thrilled that you are with us today. In fact, Table Topic Master, do take note. He is an excellent person to begin that table topic section. We have a few guests who are joining us in various capacities today. So just briefly welcoming them, Toastmaster Meenakshi, Toastmaster Manya, welcome to the club. Now, talking about resolutions, friends, I'm purposefully not keeping it on spotlight. I want all of us to be visible. So if you can, please do have your faces visible. Switch on the cameras like Sameep and me. Thank you so much. Priyanka, we understand you are traveling, so all right with you. Others, please switch it on. And of course, be relaxed. This meeting is all about finding a safe space beyond your personal and professional lives, a safe third space. This is what Turning Point has been for me. Now, resolution word comes from the root word resolute. And resolute means something which is solid, something which is headstrong, something which is well intended, and not dilly dally or chalta hai or it goes kind of attitude. Being resolute is the first requirement for having a resolution. How many of us have, however, in the past, not this year, but in the past, taken a resolution and within a week, forget about a month, forget about a year, within a week, just let go of it? Anyone? Raise hand. So we have Meenakshi, and we have Siddesh, and we have Sameep. Others I can't see if you're raising hands, so I don't know. But if you can switch on the videos or give me a thumbs up, that will be lovely. So Meenakshi, I would probably not want a table topic length answer. I would want a one-liner. What was that resolution exactly that you broke?
I think the most favorite resolution that I'm going
Yep.
to lose weight.
Okay. Anyone else who lost out on the rhythm or before you even took the first few steps, lost the steam? What was that resolution for you, Siddesh? If not too personal.
Yeah, yes, actually, I wanted to join a gym, but even I was not able to join due to various reasons.
Those guys at Cult Fit, they make.
But my one was to increase the weight. Yeah.
Those guys at Cult Fit, they make half the revenue in the month of Jan itself. You know, half their annual revenue. Anyone who broke a resolution which does not have anything to do with gym or exercise or fitness? Anyone? Great. That means either you don't take those resolutions at all, or if you do, you come out with flying colors. All right. I took a few resolutions, and surprisingly, I broke the easy ones right in the beginning, and a few tough ones. I actually went for a few miles on that. I will tell you what big resolution that I was able to surpass beyond my expectations from myself. In the year 2017, I quit corporate and started being freelance trainer, soft skills trainer, leadership coach. And I picked up my specialization as storytelling. And to call myself storyteller, first I challenged myself in the year 2019 to become a story writer. And on my website, kathakari.com, I started a blog. I titled that blog as Infinity Gems because my name is Anand. So I called it Infinity Gems. And even if you go today on kathakari.com/blog, you will find 125 plus stories written in the year 2019. The short story collection that I had some fictional stories, some original poems, and a few curated ones, some folklore, myth, uh, the origins of a city or a custom or tradition or a food item. So, all those curated ones. I actually had taken a resolution to write one story every day. Did not match that, but I did have 125 plus stories. So this I call as a moderate success. At the same time, I took a few resolutions, which I broke in the first couple of days itself. Forget about months or weeks. The first one among them being waking up at 5 a.m. every day. Could have been easy, but didn't happen. So my question is, why does it happen that the simpler resolutions, smaller resolutions, they are most prone to be abandoned very quickly? I need some answers in one liner or two liner. What do you think, Sameep, Harshit? What do you guys think, Priyanka, Manya?
I feel that I think if it's basically broken because we want to follow our own guidance, as at least
Hmm.
I in my experience. So instead of following a calendar of everyone's common, and have to follow that, as somehow our internally I feel after some time that I don't want to do that. I want to be on my own. So it's just following your own intention is rather, I would call it softly. And that works for me at least. Not a resolution going by the calendar, but I want to go with myself, what I want to do.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I think it requires consistent effort actually. So um, initially, like for example, there is something called 80-20 rules, 80%, 20%. So the initial 20%, like for example, for 10 days, so it requires 2-3 days consistent effort. Otherwise, it feels like natural. It becomes a part of your hobby, whatever the resolution. For example, waking at 5 a.m. or going to a gym. So things like that.
All right. Any other? Okay, Meenakshi, quick one from you as well.
Yeah, I think it's the effort versus reward. It's not that I don't go to gym or I don't exercise, I do, but the reward that I get when I lose weight, it's not very much because I'm a
Hmm.
consistent gym goer.
So
But
the
if I,
motivation level on day one or at the time of resolution is not the same level afterwards, right? We
Ye-
run out of actually motivation to execute the task.
yes, yes, like if you begin to go to gym, you will see results like face glowing. But if you have been going for like 10 years, you still
Oh
look the
no,
same.
going to gym was not the resolution. That's where I'll tell you, in my humble opinion, what the problem is. The problem becomes that our resolutions are tied to a result. Losing weight, 5 kgs 1 month, 10 kgs over 3 months, like that. The resolution should have been rather about going to the gym 4 times or 5 times a week. That's it.
Yeah.
Forget about result. Just go
Yeah.
to the gym. Or it can even be simplified to a level that waking up at a particular hour, giving your friend, your buddy a call, hey, let's go to gym. And if the person says, let's go tomorrow and all, secondary. The first goal is to actually grow that intent that I'll wake up today and go to the gym. Our goals, however, remain so large scale that these mundane, boring, day to day, small actions, we lose out on that. And that is where many of the resolutions they fail. Had my goal been to gain 500 viewers or 200 followers or 100 likes on every Insta post every day, that would have failed miserably on day one. My goal, however, was just to note down a few stories while I carry out my other activities during the day as one footnote in my note sheet. And whenever I had time, on each day I had a different theme. I started writing stories well in advance. Job done whenever I have time. At this point, let me invite our general evaluator to help us remain true to our resolution of joining Toastmasters. How to become not just a speaker, but also an analyzer, an evaluator. To display that, though we don't have any elaborate tag team over here today, I'll invite nonetheless our general evaluator to share what the essence of evaluation session is. At the same time, we have our first evaluator missing out right now. So for evaluating Anshuman, may I request Toastmasters Sameep to kindly put up his hand and say for, okay, he says yes for evaluation. So Anshuman, please share your evaluation objectives with Sameep. Meanwhile, Priyanka, let's have you on the stage to share what the essence of evaluation session is all about. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, today. So, since past few weeks, I've been settling in Noida. It's a new home for me, as Anand already mentioned. So slowly, I'm buying new stuff. Today, I bought pillows. Can somebody help me? Why do we need pillows for? Why do we take pillows? Why just give me one quick thing.
Comfort.
Like just comfort to support your neck. Talking about support, sleep. So pillow is like something we couldn't miss in our life. A sense of support, a sense of being, and that is kind of the similar role we have as evaluators. To support you guys as to become a better speaker, better communicator each and every day by helping you in finding out the pointers where you did really well today and where you can improve in coming future. So with this consistent and committed members today and even the guest, I am here as a general evaluator along with a brief team of evaluators I have for the speeches to evaluate your speeches and also provide you tiny feedback which I have in my mind, which you, if I note whenever you speak on the stage, so that you'll become a better speaker tomorrow. So with that small token of introduction about the general evaluation, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Day. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you, Priyanka. My apologies. I fumbled in the mapping of the evaluators today. So Anshuman was supposed to be evaluated by Priyanka, and it was Manya who was supposed to be evaluated by Sajal, who did not join. So Manya, may I suggest you to share the evaluation objectives with Sameep here? Can you please confirm if you can pass it on?
Sure. Could I get the contact?
Sameep, just say hi in the chat. Manya can pass it on to you. Because she is speaker number 2, we can go ahead with speaker number 1, Anshuman. Priyanka, I believe you have the objectives for Anshuman. Do you?
Sorry, Anand, are you regarding the timer?
Regarding the evaluation objectives for Anshuman.
I'm almost ready. Please give me a second.
Sure. So while you do that, so Priyanka, be ready with Anshuman's evaluations, and Manya, please share your evaluation objective with Sameep. So while that happens in the background, here is how the timing device for the last few meetings we have been using as the default Zoom device. So here is a quick demonstration of it. all of you will see a timer signal on top of my, okay, this side in this manner. Let's say table topics go for around 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. So the moment your first verbal, non-verbal gesture starts, the timing starts something like this, right? There will not be any green, yellow, red, etc. Because the timing will be completely visible to you throughout. About the 30-second extra time. So let's say your 2 minutes are over. At that point, you will hear a soft signal like this, beyond which you will get 30 extra seconds that will be started going upward, something like this. Here is the how the signal will be heard. And after that, in the red zone, your timing signal continues to go upward. So you have 30 extra seconds after hearing this sound, and the signal turns red. Give me a thumbs up, everyone, if the timing signal is clarified. Prepared speeches go for 5 to 7 minutes. Table topics, they go for 1 to 2 minutes, minimum 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes 30 seconds. And evaluations, they go for 2 to 3 minutes. So they have extra 30 seconds on the upper side. Similarly, prepared speakers, you do have an extra 30 seconds on the upper and both lower side as well. Priyanka, if you are ready, may I invite you back now in the capacity of evaluator number 1 for our first speaker, Anshuman Mishra. I will spotlight you this time. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. First speaker is going to attempt speech on evaluation feedback, the first speech. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speech is to practice applying the feedback which Anshuman will receive after his speech, and serve as a speech evaluator during another club meeting. Also, the purpose is to present the speech, receive the feedback, apply the feedback, and present another speech. So, please note, Toastmasters Anand, who is already also using the timer. So, timing is 5 to 7 minutes. So, I wish you all the best. Anshuman, over to you, Anand.
Thank you, Priyanka. Let me spotlight Toastmaster Anshuman. Anshuman, a quick audio video check with you, please.
Am I audible and visible, distinguished Toastmaster?
You do. You are audible and you are visible. Toastmaster Anshuman, I don't have your speech
Evolution.
title. It's just one word. I believe that's a speech title.
Yes.
Fantastic. So I will set up your timing over here. Meanwhile, my request to the two new guests who have just joined us, Meghna and Rahul. After this 5 to 7 minute speech, everyone, including Meghna and Rahul, there will be a minute of silence in between. In that minute of silence, everyone, please prepare your notes and pass it on to Toastmaster Anshuman in private window in the Zoom itself. That will help him with appreciations as well as some constructive feedback. Please don't post anything in the chat afterwards in the public chat. You do, however, have 1 minute to type your feedback to Anshuman, especially the applause and morale boost in the private window. It means a lot to the prepared speaker. Toastmaster Anshuman, the first speaker of the day. Evolution. Toastmaster Anshuman.
15th August 2019. 15th August 2019. What does it signify? In your mind, you might be thinking the date signifies another year India completed its independence from the British rule. But for me, it was my first turning point Toastmaster meeting, 15th August 2019. I was enrolled into the club by then club president Toastmaster Bhuvan, who encouraged me, and he told me that it is going to be one of your best experiences and you're going to gain freedom from the fear and anxiety of public speaking. Was I able to do that? Definitely yes. It's been almost 6 years of being a Toastmaster at two of the best clubs in north of India. And I can tell you that journey, that evolution has just been beyond my comprehension. The first day when I entered the club, There were a lot of smiling faces who came to me, greeted me, shook my hand. But there was this one person who was standing there with strict face, and I felt odd because you have Carnegie saying that if you have to make friends and influence people, you should smile. But this person was not smiling at all. Rather, I felt fearful approaching him. I was like, I can't join this club if this person is there. And that person turned out to my eventual one of the mentors, one of the biggest mentors of mentors, who turned around not just me, but the club and a lot of club members. I can imagine what the name might come out from the seasoned folks. If anyone wants to take a guess, I think very few people here can take a guess. I think all,
Mr. Singh?
of course, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. I think that later I realized the intent of him being strict, of him being having that composure, was to take things seriously. From that moment onwards, he taught me the lesson that body language, composure, and communication through verbal is not just through the words, but the body language too. Later, when I learned his sense of humor, I realized indirectly, directly, he may have been sarcastic with that body language, but that's for a later story. But when then I entered the room, and then I had a fantastic speaker in Distinguished Toastmaster, Anant, who had a speech on managing difficult audiences. And he started by saying that Toastmaster has a ritual where we can't speak about religion, sex, and politics. And he taught us why that reason exists. And I learned that Toastmaster had traveled through Middle East to India, and it's during that Middle East period that this statement got introduced. That was mind blowing to me. Besides how he conducted the stage, and being a difficult audience, we had to make random noises, ensure that his speech is the worst possible that could be there, but with the grace and mastery that he answered the audience, I was mesmerized. In my mind, I felt if even if I can be 1% of what distinguished was my Anant is, my corporate life, my private life in terms of communication will be sorted forever. Such was his charm and the way he conducted himself. And later, there was the international speech contest where you had Anant Rupinder and now our wonderful regular member, Toastmaster Priyanka, with her entire dramatics, taking the stage from right to left, from crying to laughing to smiling to wailing. She demonstrated what dramatics can do in making a speech powerful. With my peers, with my seniors, with the Toastmaster community, I learned confidence. I learned how to speak, how to control the stage, how to move in the stage, how to go back and forth, whisper, pacing, slowing down, all the tips and techniques to make public speaking polished. Through constant practice, iteration, improvement, consistency, and ensuring that as much as I can, I join the Toastmaster meetings till date. Not just that, what is the second aspect of Toastmasters which is really crucial? Anyone except Priyanka and of course Anant. One is public speaking. What is the second important aspect we learn at Toastmasters?
Leadership.
Of course, leadership. And leadership, we learn not just through the club leadership, it is at an area level, division level, district level. And touch wood, thanks to the mentors I had, I was able to contribute to each of the levels. And one of the best learnings was running the club itself. The kind of scoldings in our initial days we got from Anant and Rupinder was a masterclass in ensuring how carefully a club has to be run. Even a single decision was measured, was deliberated through decision making. And I am part of one of the biggest companies that has existed on earth. And I did not see that kind of decision making even in my beautiful company. so thorough at Distinguished Toastmaster Anand and Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. But those basics that I learned stand well with me till date. Because the kind of care, the kind of intent both of them especially gave to all of us demonstrates the value system which Toastmaster asks us to embody, which is, again, then a question to anyone except Toastmaster Priyank, Distinguished Toastmaster Anand, and I believe Toastmaster Sameep, Distinguished Toastmaster. What are the four values of Toastmasters? Key values, four key pillars of Toastmasters. All right. Clearly, the members are fairly new. So they are IRSE in that order itself. It is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So over a period of time, I learned all these four values, and integrity stands right at the top because that is the strong foundation over which the other three pillars are built. If we do not have the integrity, then we won't be able to build that respect, the value of service and excellence, which we have to demonstrate in Toastmasters and be the great leader that we are. And thanks to the beautiful mentors, the amazing mentors I was able to have, I was able to imbibe and embody it not just at Toastmasters, but beyond Toastmasters too. So over a period of the 6 years, thanks to my mentors, thanks to these values, thanks to leadership learnings, thanks to the public speaking skills, I am a different Anshuman than the Anshuman that gave the first icebreaker, which is embarrassingly there on YouTube, which whenever I have to embarrass myself, I go there and watch my icebreaker speech. Of how much I've come from there to here, where I'm able to face you all, give a speech, be confident about it, and be happy that I'm sharing this evolution journey with all of us. Just to let you know that if you're consistent in 2026, if you join every meeting possible, if you join the club EC roles or help out the club EC, or join the area council, district council, division council, it won't be just contributing to the community. It will be your own personal evolution beyond any dreams you can fathom. My intent of sharing this journey for you today was that it's the beginning of 2026. Please do ensure that you join every Toastmaster meeting possible and grow beyond your wildest dreams. Thank you. Over to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Anshuman. Your speech reminded me of a title of a famous book, Who Will Cry When You Die? I'm sure when I die, at least Anshuman will cry for me. So today it felt like a kind of eulogy for all the good stuff that the club leadership has been doing in the past. And Anshuman, you have been a core integral part of the close-knit group where leaders are truly made. So thank you so much for your services. And it really feels good to get a pat on the back in form of these beautiful speeches. So folks, I'm setting up the timer at exactly 1 minute. You all get 1 minute to type out the appreciations and any constructive suggestions to Toastmaster Anshuman in private window. And I will take a quick moment to welcome Toastmaster Rahul, Toastmaster Meghna, and of course Toastmaster Hafiz, our regular visitor at this point. Folks, do be ready after the second speech for the table topics. And the time is up. Allow me to please introduce our second evaluator for Toastmaster Manya, Distinguished Toastmaster Sameep Taneja. Sameep, may I have you on the stage, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sandeep, we can hear you, but your eye contact is not with the lens, but with the screen. So with that, please, stage is all yours. We can hear you, Samip. We kind of lost you, Samip. Now
Yeah. Sorry,
now we
I'm
have-
struggling. Can you hear me now?
we can hear you. Please go ahead.
We're losing him.
I believe his internet is patchy. So, Samip, maybe switch off the video and your audio will be crisper.
Yeah. Sorry. You'll have to bear with me for having connection issues, but
No
I
worries.
think
We
it's
can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I cannot even read that chat. Some on my this thing. Can I request someone to read out the objectives for me?
No worries. Manya, if possible, can we have you on the stage and share the objectives directly yourself?
Sure, just a second.
That will also help me do a quick audio video check. Manya's
Right.
survey is from Dynamic Leadership Path. It's level 4 and first project. Manya, please read out the one-liner statement for the project.
The purpose of this project is for the member to share some aspect of a change management plan.
Thank you. Sameep, I believe you were able to catch the objectives.
Yeah.
Thank you. Toastmaster Manya is a student at Harper Toastmasters Club. And Manya, we are so thrilled to have you straight from Patiala. It's your level 4 first project from the Dynamic Leadership Project. And with your audio and video completely being in sync, let's have it, folks, for Toastmaster Manya, our second speaker of the day. Let's welcome her with a round of applause. Toastmaster Manya, trust the ride. Trust the ride, Toastmaster Manya.
Greetings, Toastmasters. I love giving speeches at clubs I'm not a part of because a new audience feels like a clean slate. None of you know me yet. I could tell you anything and it would be your very first impression of me. And even though this is my first speech of level 4, it still feels like an icebreaker. This is how I introduce myself to all of you. But I don't believe in standard introductions. Because would you really know me if I just told you my hobbies, my interests, my ambitions? I don't want to tell you who I am. I want to tell you how I am. I turned 20 a few months ago. To most people, that sounds young, like I've got my whole life ahead of me. But this is still the oldest I've ever been. And somehow, that's enough to make me feel old. Because growing up isn't about birthdays, it's about moments. When I turned 5, I felt 5. When I turned 6, I felt 6. But when I turned 18, I didn't feel it on my birthday. The first time I truly felt like I wasn't a kid anymore was when I stepped into this college, away from my hometown, away from my family, into a hostel full of people I didn't know, trying to make sense of everything that was changing at once. And honestly, it was nothing like I had imagined. The transition was overwhelming. It made me realize just how pampered I had been at home. Because suddenly, when I fell asleep while working, my things didn't magically put themselves back in place. A pillow didn't appear under my head. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner didn't find their way to my bed. The empty plate didn't walk itself to the sink. My bed didn't make itself. And my bed sheet definitely didn't change on its own every other week. Every small inconvenience felt enormous to me. Things I had never even noticed before started feeling like obstacles. And in those moments, I didn't feel independent. I didn't feel grown up. I just felt tired and homesick. There were days when I genuinely wondered if I had it in me to last here, if I was actually ready for this version of life. And that's when I realized something uncomfortable. Maybe I don't like change. And when you realize you don't like change, you're left with a question. What do you do when you can't control it? That's when I understood something important. If I couldn't control change, I could at least control how I responded to it. So I made myself a plan. Not a 5 step plan, not a perfect plan, just one rule. When life feels unfamiliar, I look for something familiar inside it. I search for metaphors, romanticize everything. I look for shreds of familiarity in unfamiliar turbulence. Let me tell you what I mean. Imagine a tiny, fearless child, eyes shut, gripping the sides of a dragon shaped train as it roars through an amusement park. That child was me, 8 years old, just tall enough for the ride. Dad had to accompany me. He held me as the train picked up speed. The amusement park staff looked at me with concern, worried, because I had barely crossed the height requirement. Teenagers with their friend groups stared at me in disbelief, surprised to see a little kid so confident, so fearless. But there I was, eyes shut, unafraid. Close your eyes, my dad said. It'll feel like you are flying. And I believed him. The metal shook, the wind rushed past my face, my stomach dropped. I screamed, I laughed, and in that moment, I truly felt like I was soaring. I never quite understood how a ride that stayed on the ground could make you feel like you were in the air, but it did every single time. Ironically, actually flying in airplanes never gave me that thrill until very recently. I was on a flight back home after a vacation when we hit turbulence, fortunately harmless. Unbothered, I closed my eyes to take a nap, and suddenly I was eight again. On that dragon train. The shaking felt the same, the drop in my stomach felt the same, the rush, the thrill, it all came back. Nothing had changed, except this time I was 30,000 feet in the air. The turbulence didn't scare me because I had felt it before. On a tiny dragon train where the world shook just as hard, but somehow it was fun. That memory made the turbulence bearable because when something terrifying reminds you of something beautiful, you stop being afraid of it. And maybe that's what life is, a series of turbulent movements. We survive a little better because we've survived something like them before. Life is turbulent. But maybe that's not always a bad thing. Because the dragon train was turbulent, but wasn't it also the most fun I ever had? The twists, the turns, the unexpected drops. None of it made sense, but I never wanted it to stop. I didn't understand the ride, but I trusted it. And maybe that's what growing up is. It's not about having it all figured out. It's not about sitting through the chaos with your eyes shut, pretending you're flying, and one day realizing you actually are. The turbulence of growing up, the confusion, the change, the fear. Maybe that's just part of the ride. The kind that leaves your heart racing, but your spirit louder. Because life doesn't slow down so you can catch your breath, but it also doesn't stop you from throwing your hands up, closing your eyes, and absolutely enjoying every bit of the ride. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manya, for that life lesson. I wish I can explain the same with such simplicity to my 5-year-old now. Trust the right boy. But probably that's part of my resolution list for the coming years. Why do I have to worry about it now? Let him enjoy the ride. We certainly did enjoy your speech, however, and I will just reset the timer once again for exact 1 minute for all of you to please provide the kind feedback to Toastmaster Mania in private chat. And here we go. All right. I'll reset the timer once again. And folks, brief reminder about the resolutions part before we get into the table topics. Your resolutions are not a binding pact. It shouldn't feel like a suffocating binding chains around you. It should feel like rather liberating, or it should have a sense of achievement, not at the end of the tunnel, but throughout, consistently at each smaller step. And for that aspect, may I suggest all of us to break it down like a game, a large match, into smaller rounds, smaller steps. The moment we do that, every step feels like a video game's level completion. Each level completion gives us a sense of achievement, a moment to appreciate the growth, the progress. Something intangible once suddenly becomes so tangible and something really, really in front of your eyes. If you do that, I believe all the resolutions that we have failed in the past can be reacquired once again, whatever you wish, and you can probably this time go even faster and even more consistent. Talking about consistency, I do have only a few people visible on the screen. So why don't we have all of you on the screen once more, but this time for a quick selfie. So let's have the videos on. Meghna, Rahul, Siddhesh, Anshuman, Manya, for a quick meeting selfie. I'll request Toastmaster Priyanka as well to help me with the selfie. I will take one. Priyanka, you also take one. We have Anshuman and Rahul missing out from the selfie. Thank you so much, Meghna. Thank you, Manya. Folks, before selfie, there is a custom. We do have some signals, emojis, emoticons flying around. So this was a sample. All of us, let's do that. Let's show some happy faces. On my mark, at 3 to 1, Priyanka and I will both click a selfie. So let's have some emojis flying around once more. On 3, 2, 1. I have taken a selfie here. I believe Priyanka must have taken one as well. All right. Thank you so much. Now, it's not supposed to be back to screen off. Keep the screens on because now we have our table topic master with her vivacious energy coming right in. When I asked her, however, about the resolutions, she gave me an interesting answer. She said, well, my year just began yesterday. I was on vacation till then. And I'm not a new year, new resolution kind of person, but I do have some unfinished business, some unfinished tasks that I would rather complete this year than taking up on something fresh and new. Toastmaster Meenakshi, can we have you on the stage, please? Spotlighting you for a quick audio video check. Meenakshi.
Hello. Yep. Here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Toastmaster Meenakshi from Bright Beginnings Toastmaster as our table topic master of the day. Meenakshi, the show is all yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to one of the most interesting section of today's meeting, because now you will get a chance to speak about how do you feel about the next year, your resolution, your goals. So before I begin, I'll quickly introduce a kind of concept, a topic to you. Before that, here is a quick riddle for you to solve. So suppose there is a person, I hope you can see my board. If not, quickly, I'll put it here. So there's a person who's traveling from point A to point B. And there is only one possible scenario that the person cannot reach the point B. Can anybody unmute and tell me what is that scenario? The person will never be able to reach point B. Anyone? Give me wrong answers. I would love to hear.
Not trying.
Not
Trying.
somebody who has not tried.
Did not get the bus.
Okay, did not get the bus. He could walk, he could take an Uber. We have multiple options. We live
No,
in
he is
20.
lazy.
Anybody else?
He did not walk.
He cannot walk. Probably he will
He did
take
not
a
walk.
ride.
He was.
Probably he'll take a ride. He will hop onto somebody's bike.
The line between A and B is not completed,
If
not a pathway.
what
Like you
is
have, so you have not connect A and B with the proper line.
let's assume the person is really like that Maji. He is making his own path. He's crafting his own path. Any other answer?
He don't want to.
He don't want to, but maybe he has supportive friends like all the amazing Toastmaster like Anant who give them a push. Go.
Maybe somebody
Let's
gave him
start.
so much push that he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Okay, thank you very much for participation and giving me some interesting answers. The only possible scenario, the person won't be able to reach point B, that he don't even remember that there's a point B in first place. Otherwise, sooner or later, person will always reach point. So a resolution is a commitment that I am going to reach point B, but in this process, I have to remember point B. So I am going to give you just 4 simple tricks to remember your point B. How will you remember your goal? That you remember it every single day, every single decision you make. Personify your goal. For example, I need $100,000 today. So $100,000 is my friend. I would name it as Lakshmi. I would feed it every day. I would hang out with her. I will plan a holiday. That's how I will always remember that Lakshmi is on the way and what I'm going to do with it. Number 2 is have a conversation. Somebody who's logical, intellect, who likes to argue, who likes to give defense and for in favor statement, have a conversation with your goal. Like you want to build muscle and you're like, hey, did I work out on you good today? Oh, did I sore you too much? What can I do to make you better? Have that conversation with your goal. How are you performing? Number 3 is visualize your goal as a room in your mind palace. How does it look? What colors are there? Is it modern and chic, or is something more traditional? Somebody which has got the Rajasthani regal and royal vibes. Something which is abstract, something more airy, something more divine, like nature. Number 4 is mirror your goal. When you look into the mirror, observe yourself not as the current version, but as the future version of yourself. For example, if I want to lose weight, if I want to look somewhat in a physique that I dream about, look at yourself and visualize yourself already in that. If you want to get that job, dress up like that always. Look in the mirror and see the future version of yourself. So these are the 4 ways to remember what your goal is. Also, all the questions that I'm going to ask you in table topics, try to incorporate all these 4 things while you talk about your resolution and goals. Can I get a thumbs up if we understood? All right, thank you very much. So I will pick up my very first volunteer for the very first session of year 2026. And the lucky person is... Okay, do we have Meghna Gaur? Yes, we have. Hello, Meghna.
Hey, hi, Meenakshi.
All right, so Meghna, your question is, what gives a goal personal meaning for you? What gives a goal a personal meaning for you?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. If I heard it right, you said what a goal personally mean to me, right?
Yes, yes. What's the personal meaning for a goal to you?
Okay. So, hey, hi, I'm Meghna. So it's my first Toastmaster meeting in my life. So, so I've been trying a lot to connect to Toastmasters, but some if and buts and everything, so I'm not able to do it anytime. So today is my first meeting. So I don't know much about the like how to like talk about what to talk about this, but as the first volunteer, so I can say what goal personally mean to me is some I can say it's for me it's like a target, or it's it's like a little dream, you can say a little dream that I can that I look forward to every day, and I try to be uh, close to that goal every day, every day a small step. And but what should I say more, so basically I'm a new mother of like 7-month old. So right now my goal is all disturbed, and like it's just to meet the end every day. So my goal every day is like to meet till the end of the day and if I can do it better, so I feel like my goal is completed. So personally for me, it's a small goal of like one day at a time. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. Loved it. One day, one step at a time. Definitely an amazing concept to remember your goals and walk towards it. Thank you very much, Meghna. And let's pick up someone who is a bit experienced so that others can learn as well. Let's bring upon Anant. Would you like to go next?
I have spotlighted Sameep, so why don't you have him? Because I have so much time on stage today already.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, Sameep, thank you very much for being here with us. Your question is, what values influence the goal you choose? What values influence the goal you choose?
Toastmasters, my goal is now based on what I really want to do and which my heart wants to do. So, which is writing. So, this is my not even my goal, but my intention. Because I don't want to put it as a mind kind of goal because it is something heart related. So, if I put something as a goal, it sounds to me very analytical, and my value is emotion. So it's about writing is for expression, and that is my right now the motivating value for this one, and not like a checkbox ticking, just completing a task. No, I shifted my goals to intention. I'm purposely moving to a language which more which I want to follow, and as a Toastmaster of the day said, that it's about doing the process rather than achieving it. So the the process should be love, like something that you look forward to doing each step, every moment of the day, not the end goal in itself. Like so, it is only personally which I can relate to is something like writing. I want to do because it opens up my expression, creativity, and also like challenges me to explore and develop my imagination skills. So that is my these are my values, something that I can relate to, and I don't have to remind myself to do it because I want to do it, and that will wake me up to do it automatically. Back to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I really loved it. How you talk about your feelings and emotions and how you feel connected to writing when you are able to express them. Thank you very much, Sameep, Toastmaster Sameep, for sharing this with us. Next, we have Toastmaster Siddesh. Toastmaster Siddesh or potential Toastmaster Siddesh. So your question is, what motivates you more? Purpose or progress? What motivates you more, purpose or progress?
Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topping Master Meenakshi Gautam. So, what motivates more, purpose or progress? My opinion on this will be both, because once we set a purpose, we have something to measure it, to analyze the targets, what we go to it, and to do those things, we need to measure it. How are we progressing it in the small steps, which leads to complete targets. Complete targets leads to milestones. Milestones leads to achievements. So what actually would like to say on most of this is progress and purpose both are essential for the growth and development. If we don't have enough passion in our life, surely our purpose in our life is actually not going to achieve it. Surely the purpose which we are going to set, it has to be tangible, it has to be measurable, and even a small thing which we can do is going to help us in our life in the future. So yeah, that's my take on this. Over to you, table topic master Meenakshi Gautam.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sadesh, for putting some light on it. That both really matters. So thank you very much. Next, we have Toastmaster Harshit, or our guest and potential Toastmaster Harshit. Okay. So your question is, how do you measure growth without pressure? How would you measure growth without pressure?
Yeah. Okay. So growth without measure. So if you have
Pressure.
a without pressure, yeah. Uh, so if you have a high purpose, whatever task you are doing, or journey you are in, so if you have a greater purpose, so you does not even feel like a pressure. So you may achieve little progress or late progress, but you have a high purpose, it won't feel like a pressure. So high purpose in the sense like helping others, creating, uh, doing things for the benefit of others, or yeah, in simple sense helping others. So whatever the move or actions you take, and no matter the results are slow or or not much fruitful, it won't feel like a pressure. That's it.
Right. Thank you very much, Harshit, for giving us the insights about measuring your goals and your progress without any pressure. Thank you very much for that. Next, we have Toastmaster Rahul with us. Okay. So your question is, what role does self-respect play play in setting goals? What role the self-respect play in setting the goals?
Uh, Hi, Meenakshi, Toastmaster Meenakshi, and all the people on the panel. So, just to be brief, this is also my first time attending Toastmaster. So, I've made this pact with myself to improve with my spoken English, my language. So, now speaking about the table topic. So, uh, self-respect holds the uppermost priority, I think, in any person's life or in any goal. I think because if we are demeaning ourselves, uh, if like it's just a small thing, like we wake up in the morning and if we say the words like which boosts our confidence, so that means we are respecting us and we are motivating ourselves to do a task or anything that we have planned for the day or overall for the period of the time that for any goal. So I think self-respecting ourselves means we are respecting the goal that we have set for ourselves, and with that we go a step ahead in anything means we go ahead in the life towards our respective destination. Um, Now back to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Rahul.
Thank you.
Potential Toastmaster Rahul. And I congratulate you to all the speakers who took this first step in year 2026, the very first session, very first meeting, to speak up, to choose your growth over your fears or your limiting beliefs. You have taken the first step already, and I hope you grow from here, you get all the necessary support, and you achieve your goals of improving your communication. With this, we come to an end with our table topics. And if you can, timer can let me know if we can take more or it's time for us to wrap up. One last.
You can take one last. I see Deepesh Kumar who has just joined. So he is someone who has not got a chance to speak so far. Deepesh, if you can come with video on. One last topic, Meenakshi, for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Toastmaster Dipesh. Your topic is, your question is that how do you balance ambition with well-being? How do you balance ambition with well-being?
Why ambition and well-being are being treated on the contrary? Why are being they treated as opposite ends? So if they are contradicting each other, then somewhere there's a flaw in system. Somewhere there's a flaw in the way we pursue things. So could you please repeat the question? I just forgot it. Ambition
and your well-being.
well-being.
How do you balance?
Sometimes it doesn't need to be balanced. Simple. Why it has to be balanced? Sometimes you have to compromise your well-being. And if you want to take that choice, then you have to compromise on your ambition. Life is not that easy. Had it be like had it been that easy, then a lot of people would not have died out of diabetes and would not have got heart attack at 40 in corporates. That's the ultimate reality. You know what's more important than well-being and ambition? It's awareness. A lot of times we think ambition is what drives us, but is it really our ambition? We mistake stability, survival, success, prosperity as ambition. Is it really our ambition? We need to ask that. We need to question that. And when we start questioning the roots itself, now we create a system where we can actually accommodate all we want. Well-being was never a choice. It's mandate. Yet we compromise on that because sometimes life is harsh on us and sometimes things get into our way. So rather than treating they both as a very contrary things, We need to take a step beyond that and analyze what really is our ambition. And until and unless we don't do it, we will always have ambition and health contradicting each other. So that's what we have to say. Awareness is the key. Back to you, Table to Work Master.
Beautiful. That was really powerful and something to think about for everyone. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in Table Topics and giving beautiful insights and sharing your stories, point of view, perceptions. And with this, thank you very much, everyone. And back to our Toastmaster Anand, the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Meenakshi, for not just a table topic, but also a quick educational session with some approaches for our first timers around it. Good job. Folks, I'm also sharing your timings that you have taken. All of you are eligible for the voting today. So, for the benefit of those who came for the first time, in table topics, off the cuff or impromptu speaking, we are challenged to speak for minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minute 30 seconds. That's why there was a timer of 2 minutes running with 30 seconds of grace period on the upward side after the soft signal. So all of you have crossed that barrier and stayed within the final ceiling. Good job. Can we have all of us please join me in applauding Meghna, Sameep, Siddesh, Harshit, Rahul, and Deepesh. Good work. Keep the videos on. Now is the time that we all have actually joined Toastmasters for. And even though we don't have a full-fledged evaluation team evaluating every nuance like grammar, fluency, etc., the timer device that I have played already is doing bulk of the job. However, we learn by listening to feedback provided by someone else to someone else as well. And in that spirit, I invite our general evaluator Priyanka, also one of the speech evaluator today, to kickstart the evaluation session in which Priyanka and Sameep will evaluate the prepared speakers, Anshuman and Manya respectively. Alongside, Priyanka will also give us a brief do's and don'ts, to do's and not to do's about the meeting in general, keeping the evaluation to very brief. After which, I will request all of you to join me in sharing your feedback. While all of us do that, and I invite Priyanka on the stage, I'm also launching a poll for best table topic speaker. Just concluded. You all can vote for yourself as well. So may the best man or woman win. I launch the poll as well as invite Priyanka on stage. Priyanka, over to you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm back with my beautiful smile as your general evaluator now. So while you are doing the poll for the best table topic speaker, I would like to take you to the first speech today. The first speech given by our first speaker, Toastmaster Anshuman. What is the most important thing about delivering a speech? Content, message, delivery, story, audience. Recently, I learned from one of the semi-finalists, Nidhi Saini, whose session is already going on. So I was simultaneously attending her session, and she said that one of the most important thing is the audience that we tend to forget. Sometimes we miss it and make it like in a secondary or tertiary our priority list. Anshuman used that weapon so well. He knew his audience. He knew who is there in the audience. He was playing with me. He was using Anand. He knew who is there and whom could he reach and when. He knew the timings. He was so well versed about this environment. He was very comfortable in this space. With that comfort, he achieved the engagement from us. We were hooked with his speech. He was keeping the mystery each and every point, like starting with Rupinder. Can you guess who's the person? And Anand guessed it, Rupinder. I was tuned because I wanted the mystery. We all like mystery. We all like suspense. That's what, in simple words, he was doing that. He was engaging each and every one of us. Audience engagement was biggest pillar, biggest weapon today, which he had used today. I loved it, Anshuman. Something I could learn today from you. The second thing was which I learned with the energy he started with. One of the similar energy found in Meenakshi's session as well. The energy which these kind of speakers start with, what they do, they make you also transfer that energy even virtually. However, we get the same energy sitting across the country, across the states in this country. We get the energy and we really feel that vibe and we get tuned with that speaker. That's what that's what Anshuman did today. Great energy, great audience engagement, great storyline he was starting it. What he can work better, this kind of speaker, it was really difficult for me as an evaluator. What he can do better is the message. His message came a little late. What a takeaway message, a little late at the very end of the speech. And he also struggled with the timings. He almost reached to the 9 minutes. The message was quite good that we should be consistent. We should evolve the way he has been evolved as a speaker. We can also attend the meeting and evolve like him. However, he could little bring the message little earlier and the way, not like me. I also use a timer. And one more suggestion which I have, or the challenge which I have for Anshuman is with the great energy, with great audience engagement, and work while simultaneously working on the message. What challenge I have is to give a speech in a uncomfortable audience. The people who you do not know at all. How would you take that challenge up? That is what challenge I have for you, Anshuman, for this year 2026 as an evaluator. And with that, I'd like to conclude and give my handover back to myself as a general evaluator. And I'd like to request Toastmaster Sameep to give to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Manya.
All right, thank you, Priyanka. I'll keep it brief. My battery is also dying out, might get logged out any second. All right, I really love the speech Toastmaster Manya. Got us all engaged, not just me, but right from the start. It was started with a humor, with a attitude in a positive way. It showed your authenticity right from the first word you said. You said that I want to go to new clubs because I don't like to reveal. Just you made us connect right from that statement itself. And there were so many other things that I noted. Like it was all about adventure. It was, to me, it sounded like a dichotomy between listening to the mind versus listening to your soul. So you were narrating that what was expected from you at that age. For example, on birthdays, you don't feel like that age. You feel like really alive when there is something like a challenge, a fear situation, and then you felt alive. You made us those moments come alive, uh, right? When you're roller coaster or anything through various examples. The only suggestion I have is basically that let's say if you had to take this to a humorous speech contest. So I would say that to make that you can maybe insert some pauses and add some reflection at the end, and you can maybe talk about that, it's my journey, still my struggle with what is expected of me versus what my heart or soul wants to do. It still continues and I still fight that battle, so that you can just like sound make it like a summary at the end, and also make people reflect on that choice that they deliberately make when they whether they should, what is expected from them at a certain age versus what they actually feel alive, what they really want to do, so that they can focus more on what their soul wants to do, which is like those moments about like really that your soul wants to do. So in short, lovely speech full of adventure, surprises, authenticity, and personality came across. And the only suggestion is to have a kind of summarization and thinking aloud at the end, so that people can actually relate to your core message. That's it from me. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Sameep, for a wonderful evaluation. I'd like to quickly evaluate your evaluation. So I loved your evaluation. You narrowed down very key points, but you were better evaluated today than me, I would say. What suggestion I have for you is, while you were pointing out really key the major points for Toastmaster Mania's speech, what you can do better. My speech, my also time is up. Toastmaster Anand, I would like to request to how much time do we have? Okay, thank you. So
Go ahead. That was unintentional.
okay, no problem. Thank you very much. So what you can do better is, when you are saying this, when you are giving the example, like regarding the message, for example, for Toastmaster Mania, when you talk about soul, actually, as an audience, we lost the context. Which point are you pointing out? Where you are in the speech? How, because have been listening to so many speeches. How about you at least explain little more, so that we will be able to understand which context exactly of the speech of Madhusana Mania, so that we can come up with you. So in simple words, try to elaborate your message, or try to elaborate your recommendation whenever you're giving the evaluation. And also one tiny suggestion regarding the eye contact. We were losing eye contact. Maybe you're using different screens. So I request you to make an eye contact the way I'm trying to use the camera as my audience. So try to use the camera as much you can, since we're meeting virtually. So with that, I'd like to conclude Toastmaster Sameep's evaluation, and